1. Limbo. According to Dante's hell, limbo is the first layer of hell. Limbo is not actually heaven or hell. The souls in limbo are the souls of virtuous people who lived before the Christian faith. For this reason, the souls in limbo do not enjoy the presence of God and have a sense of emptiness for eternity. The souls in limbo wait for the presence of God, but they can never enter heaven. This waiting causes them restlessness. The virtuous souls in limbo belong to the following people: Homer, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, Julius Caesar. Layer 2. Minos. Minos was the son of Zeus and Europa and king of Crete. In Dante's Divine Comedy, King Minos is referred to as the judge of hell. Minos' job is to judge the souls that fall into hell and send them to their destinations. Minos performs this judgment with his tail. The number of times the tail spins, the judged soul is sent to that level of hell. So why did Dante use the character from Greek mythology in his book? We can answer the question as follows. Dante tried to create an allegory by blending mythological figures, Christian teachings, and medieval culture. The role of King Minos in mythology is to be the defender of justice and the judge of the underworld. Also, in Greek mythology, decides where the souls of the dead go. Layer 2. Lust. Lust is the second layer of hell. The souls punished here have lived their whole lives with excessive sexuality and desire. The second layer represents the excesses of lust, love, and sexuality. Souls who ignore God's rules for the sake of their desires are blown away forever by sudden winds. This punishment is the result of defying God's will. In the second layer, there are well-known souls who attract attention: Francesca da Rimini, Pablo Malatesta, Helen, Cleopatra. Layer 3. Gluttony. Gluttony is the third level of hell. This is where those who lose themselves in excessive eating and drinking in this world are punished after death. Here, the gluttons wallow in the mud and rain. Sleet, snow, and hail fall on them, a reflection of their excesses in this world. Waiting for them here is the mythological figure of Cerberus, the protector of the underworld. Cerberus crushes the gluttons and makes them suffer, and the crushed souls return to their original state, and so on, forever. In the third layer, Dante encounters a Florentine glutton, Ciacco. Ciacco means pig in Italian. Ciacco makes a prophecy: the gluttons in the world will continue their gluttony even when they die. Fourth layer. Greed. This is the fourth layer of hell, according to the book of Dante Alighieri. Here there are the souls of the miserly who refuse to share their material possessions with others, and the wasteful souls who squander their possessions. These two different groups push very heavy stones towards each other in the fourth layer of hell. This shows that stinginess and extravagance are opposite concepts, but two sides of the same evil. Both behaviors are the result of excessive attachment to material values. The guardian of the fourth layer is Plutus, the god of wealth in Greek mythology. Plutus is depicted here as a monster. Fifth layer. Wrath. Wrath is the fifth layer of hell. The souls in wrath belong to people who live angry and sad lives on earth. According to Dante, anger prevents people from thinking rationally and leads to both individual and social conflicts. The layer of wrath is surrounded by the mud and swamp of the river Styx. In wrath, souls are divided into two types: angry souls, those who are constantly fighting with each other; sad souls, those who keep their anger inside and suffer in silence. Angry souls fight to the end in the muddy waters of the Styxy River. Sad souls suffer silently, drowned at the bottom of the river. These punishments are a reflection of their life on earth. The principle of contrapasso. In the hell of Dante, the punishment for each sin is determined in accordance with the sin committed. The Bible says the following words about anger: "Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath." Sixth layer. Heresy. Heresy is located in the sixth layer of hell. In this layer, souls who oppose the basic teachings and rules of religion and God are punished. Dante specifically mentions that there are Epicurean philosophers in this layer. These Epicurean philosophers are Epicurus, Farinata degli Uberti, Second Frederick, Cavalcante de Cavalcante. According to Dante, in the sixth layer of hell, heretics are punished by burning in fiery tombs. In the fiery tombs, the fire never goes out, and the souls scream in agony. The suffering here is eternal and has no concept of time. The special guardians of this layer are phalanx and fiery creatures. Seventh layer. Violence. This layer is divided into 3 parts: violence against others, violence against themselves, and violence against God. The first part, violence against others. Murderers, oppressors, war criminals burn forever in a river of boiling blood. Centaurs stand guard over them, shouting in a frightening voice and shooting arrows at those who try to get out. Burning in the river, the sinners scream in agony. Alexander the Great is punished here because he has slaughtered too many people. The second part is violence against themselves. In this chapter, sinners who commit suicide turn into dead trees and are found in a dark forest. Harpies fly around them and break the branches of the trees, causing them constant pain. The screams of the sinners and the harpies make hell even more horrible. The third chapter, violence against God. In this section, there are fiery deserts and a constant rain of fire. Blasphemers and sinners who commit violence against nature and works of art are punished. The desert becomes extremely hot as the rain of fire pours down on the desert. The sinners' feet burn in the scorching desert and they scream in agony as a fire rains down on them. A Greek warrior named Capaneus was punished here for defying the god. 8th layer, fraud. Fraud is the 8th layer of hell. Here, according to the Dante, there is a moat called Male Bogle, and in this moat there are 10 different sections called Bolgia. Each Bolgia depicts a different type of fraud. The first Bolgia is for those who sell love through betrayal. For example, there is a man who shares his wife with another man. This sinner is whipped by demons forever. The second Bolgia is for liars. People who get what they want by lying are punished here. These sinners are thrown into a huge pit of excrement, where other liars pull each other down and drown each other. The third Bolgia is for the simoniacs. This is for those who sell sacred items or pardon tickets to heaven, earth from heaven. These sinners are burned upside down in the burning coals. The fourth Bolgia is reserved for sorcerers and fortune tellers. Sinners who try to read the future or practice black magic are made to walk here with their heads turned backwards. The fifth Bolgia is for the bribers and the corrupt. Satan punishes these sinners by throwing them into boiling tar. The sixth Bolgia is where the hypocrites are punished. They are punished by being marched for eternity in what looks like beautiful clothes on the outside, but is ugly and heavy on the inside. In this Bolgia, there is a man called Caiaphas. This sinner is the one who proposed the crucifixion of Jesus. The seventh Bolgia is for thieves. These sinners are bitten and poisoned by giant snakes and turned into ashes. Forever their bodies are restored and they are bitten again. The eighth Bolgia is for deceitful counselors. Sinners will burn in the flames forever. The ninth Bolgia is for the seditious and divisive. Here the demons tear sinners to pieces and throw their limbs at each other, while the souls watch in agony. The 10th Bolgia is for those who forge documents and commit fraud. In this Bolgia, there are diseases that cause itchy and purulent sores on the sinner's skin, like fish scales. The more the sinner itches, the more the sores grow, and the sinner cannot stop itching. 9th layer, treachery. Treachery is the deepest layer of hell, where those who commit the crime of treachery are punished. This layer consists of 4 zones of treachery: family, country, guests, God. This layer is a lake covered with ice. Sinners are frozen in the lake for eternity and cannot move. Subscribe for more similar videos and leave your opinion in the comments. Karate. Karate is an ancient martial art originating in Japan. The word kara means empty. The word ti means hand. So the empty hand is known as an unarmed fighting technique. Karate originated on the Japanese island of Okinawa. The inspiration was kung fu, which they learned from Chinese merchants. You've seen some karate movies. Martial artists of Style Z from Town X come together. These styles are based on towns on the island of Okinawa. Shurite style uses powerful kicks and punches. Nahate is a very close combat style based on endurance. And finally, Tamarite is a defensive style. Karate uses a belt system to rank beginners and masters. The white belt represents innocence, while the black belt represents mastery and maturity. Karate made its debut as an Olympic sport at the Tokyo Olympics. Judo. Judo is a martial art of Japanese origin. It was developed in 1832 by Jigoro Kano. In Japanese, the word ju means soft, and the word do means way, which means soft way. This art is based on controlling the opponent's strength and knocking him down. Judo is not only a martial art, it is also a discipline that provides mental and moral development. Judo has a sash system, and this sash shows the progress of the students. Judo first became an Olympic sport in 1964 at the Tokyo Olympics. Taekwondo. Taekwondo is a martial art of Korean origin. In Korean, the word tai means foot, kaun means fist, and do means road discipline, so it is known as the way of fighting with feet and fists. Taekwondo training is based on discipline, respect, and social responsibility, and this sport encourages personal development. These athletes perform certain movements, known as kata, before a bout. The aim of these movements is to gain concentration and to demonstrate competence to the opponent. Taekwondo was recognized as an official sport at the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Kung Fu. Kung Fu is a martial art originating in China. It is thought to date back to 3000 before Christ. It is an art developed for military and defense purposes. It was popularized during the Ming and Qing dynasties, and many styles emerged. Kung Fu is known for its techniques based on animal style. The tiger style is known for its powerful and violent movements. The snake style is fast and fluid. The monkey style is flexible and acrobatic. The duck style is known for its calm and patient stance. The spread of Kung Fu to the West started in the 1970s with Bruce Lee's Hollywood movies. Boxing. Boxing has a history dating back to ancient Greece. It is a sport where gladiators fought in the arena using bare hands and only fists. In boxing, there are 3 types of punches: pole, hook, uppercut. Boxing is one of the first Olympic sports. Jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is a Brazilian martial art. It includes takedowns, chokes, joint locks. Jiu-jitsu. It emerged under the influence of judo and jiu-jitsu arts. Muay Thai. Muay Thai is a martial art originating from Thailand. Its history dates back to ancient times. This art is also known as the 8-arm art. Fighters can use their fists, knees, elbows, and kicks. Krav Maga. Krav Maga is an Israeli art of close combat and self-defense. Krav Maga is based on the idea that the winner in battle will always survive, so there are no rules. Krav Maga was developed for the Israeli Defense Forces. Kickboxing. Kickboxing is a sport that was founded in 1960, combining Muay Thai and American boxing. The style of punches is the same as boxing: jab, hook, uppercut. The kicks are front kick, low kick, knee strikes, and kick kicks. It is not an Olympic sport. Wrestling. Wrestling is estimated to date back to 3,000 years before Christ. It originated in the ancient Mesopotamian and Egyptian civilizations and was part of the Olympic Games in ancient Greece and Rome. It is a sport in which the winner is determined by 2 opponents taking each other's backs to the ground. There are 2 styles: freestyle and Greco-Roman. Freestyle is still, as the name suggests, without rules. In Greco-Roman, it is forbidden to touch the legs. Capoeira. Capoeira is a Brazilian art that combines dance, acrobatics, and fighting. Unlike other martial arts, it is done with music rhythms. It is about the struggle of African slaves from the slavery period to come to Brazil and survive. Aikido. Aikido is a martial art originating in Japan. Defense-based techniques are used. The aim of Aikido is to neutralize the opponent by using his strength against him. Aikido is a culture rather than a martial art. It encourages harmony with spirit and energy. Aikido rejects aggression and violence, aiming to disable the opponent through his attack rather than to harm him. Silamba. Silamba dates back about 3,000 years. This martial art was developed by the Tamil people from India. Since it evolved from ancient warfare techniques, sticks and spears are used. They also use boomerang-style tools. Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is one of the oldest martial arts in Japan. It was practiced by some of Japan's most mysterious warriors, ninjas. Ninjas are characterized by being fast, silent, agile, and cold-blooded. The weapons used by ninja are shuriken, naginata, kama, katana, bow. The most important characteristic of ninja practicing this martial art is their resistance to pain. Wing Chun. Wing Chun was developed by a temple priest in the 17th century. Wing Chun philosophy aims to hit the opponent. It avoids unnecessary movements. It blocks the opponent's attack and attacks at the same time. Effective at close range, Wing Chun uses mostly fists. One of the most important masters of Wing Chun is Yip Man, and his student is the legend Bruce Lee. MMA is a mixed martial art that includes MMA stand-up, grappling, and ground fighting styles. MMA is a mixture of boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai, Sambo, and judo. Sambo literally means unarmed defense in Russian. It was developed in 1920 by the Soviet Union. It was influenced by martial arts such as judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Sambo focuses on knocking the opponent to the ground, joint locks, and aggressive fighting. There are two types of Sambo: sport Sambo and combat Sambo. Some well-known Russian fighters use this style: Khabib Nurmagomedov, Fedor Emelianenko, Makhachev. Wushu is one of the traditional martial arts of China. There are 4 techniques in Wushu. Ba Duan Jin consists of soft movements. Qigong balances the body's internal energy. Tai Chi involves deep breathing techniques. One of the sub-branches of Wushu is Shaolin Kung Fu. Wushu uses swords, spears, long spears, and double blades. Aikido is the Japanese art of sword combat. The word meaning of Aikido means the word Ie means encounter, and the word Do means the way, so it means exactly the harmonious way. Aikido is the art of swift sword drawing and cutting reflexively against the opponent. Aikido uses the katana sword. Fencing is a martial art using swords. 3 different weapons are used: foil, épée, saber. In 1896, it was included in the modern Olympics. Hungar is an ancient Chinese martial art. It literally means Hung Ga Quen, the fist of the Hung family. It is a martial art made by imitating animal postures: tiger, crane, leopard, horse, snake, bear, and dragon. Sistema is a Russian martial art. It is derived from melee martial arts for the Russian Special Forces Spetsnaz. It targets the opponent's weak points and neutralizes the opponent. Tai Chi is a martial art developed about 700 years ago by the Chinese martial artist Zhang Sanfeng. It is influenced by Taoist philosophy. Tai Chi consists of 5 styles: Chen style, Yang style, Wu style, Sun style, Hao style. Shaolin Kung Fu is based on the Shaolin Temple in the Chinese province of Henan. The monks have developed themselves with both meditation and Buddhist teachings and fighting techniques. In this combat technique, kicks, punches, and weapons can be used. Subscribe for more such videos. Chaos is different from other gods. Chaos is both a concept and a primordial deity. Chaos is the first state of the universe at its creation. It has no shape, no order, and no clear structure. Chaos has 5 children: Gaia, Tartarus, Erebus, Nyx, Eros. Gaia is the mother of all life and Mother Earth. Gaia is the source of plants, animals, humans, in short, the source of life that grows in the soil. Gaia is the first goddess of the myths. She was born from chaos. Gaia had 2 husbands, Pontus and Uranus. Uranus is the god of the sky, Gaia's first child and also her husband. Uranus has no father. Uranus and Gaia first had 12 children, 6 boys and 6 girls, and they were called Titans. Then they had 6 more children. These children were ugly and frightening creatures, not at all like Titans, and they were all boys. 3 of the children were known as Cyclopes, and the other 3 as Hecatoncheires. Cyclops were one-eyed giants, and Hecatoncheires were 100-armed giants. Uranus did not like these children, and as soon as they were born, he imprisoned Gaia and her children in Tartarus 7 stories below the ground. Gaia was angry with Uranus for this. She incites the Titan sons against their father and says that he must be punished. Only Kronos, the youngest Titan, supports Mother Earth's incitement. Cronus ambushes his father Uranus and cuts Uranus's genitals with the flaming axe his mother gave him. Blood and semen gush out and pour into the earth and the sea. Giants are born from the semen poured into Mother Earth. A girl is born from the semen poured into the sea, and they name her Aphrodite. Cronus swallowed his father Uranus and imprisoned him. Cronus is known as the god of time. He is one of the Titan children of Gaia and Uranus. Cronus became the leader of the Titans after overthrowing his father Uranus and married his sister Rhea. He had a total of 6 children from this marriage: Hades, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter, Hestia, and Zeus. Before the children were born, Gaia, the Earth Mother, prophesied that a child of Cronus would be born and depose him from his throne. Cronus swallowed every child born after this prophecy, except Zeus, whom Rhea gave birth to secretly in a cave in Crete. Zeus hid in the forest and was fed by bees and goats. Rhea tricked Cronus, who was waiting to swallow her child, by putting a stone in a cloth and made him swallow the stone instead of Zeus. Growing older and stronger, Zeus had to fight his father and uncles to save his brothers, but he would need help. With the help of his aunt Themis, Cronus was made to drink an emetic drink and vomited. Hades, Poseidon, Hestia, Hera, Demeter, Uranus, and their giant one-eyed uncle were released. The gods released from prison fought Cronus to show their loyalty to Zeus. Zeus won the 10-year war and imprisoned Cronus in Tartarus. He appointed his uncles with 100 arms as guards. Zeus is the god of the heavens, lightning, and thunder. His mother was Rhea and his father was Cronus. Zeus overthrew his father and became king of the gods of Olympus. It was not war and power that made Zeus popular among the gods. Zeus was a god known for his flirtatiousness and weak will. Zeus did not only have relationships with gods like other gods. He also had sex with humans and had children with them. Some women did not even consent. For example, his relationship with the human woman Alcmene. Alcmene was the wife of a warrior named Amphitryon. While waiting for her husband to return from the war, Zeus disguised himself as her husband and had sex with Alcmene. As a result of this union, Heracles was born. With another human woman, he took the form of rain and touched her body, and Perseus was born. Married to 7 women, Zeus had many relationships without being married and had more than 20 children. If you want more details on this subject, specify in the comments. Poseidon. Poseidon is the god of the seas, oceans, earthquakes, and horses. He played an important role in Zeus becoming the king of Olympus. Poseidon's weapon is the three-toothed spear, and this spear was made and gifted to him by one-eyed giants extracted from Tartarus. Poseidon also has the ability to dominate all aquatic beings in the depths of the seas. Hades. Hades is one of the dark and powerful gods of Greek mythology. He is the ruler of the underworld. Hades' duty is to punish the souls of the dead. Hades married a mortal like Zeus and gave him immortality. Hades' wife Persephone would go underground in winter and change the seasons. Hades was also known for his 3-headed dog known as Cerberus. Cerberus guarded the gates of the underworld. Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom, war, and the patron goddess of the city of Athens. She is the child of Metis and Zeus. One day, Metis prophesies to Zeus that she will give birth to a son, and in this prophecy she also says that the child to be born will dethrone Zeus. Zeus then swallows Metis. Then, Zeus gets a headache and asks Hephaestus for help. Hephaestus hits Zeus on the head with an axe and his head splits open. Athena was born from Zeus's head. The birth from Zeus's head gave him reason, intelligence, strategy, and wisdom. Apollo. Apollo is the son of Zeus and Letho. He is the god of the sun, music, divination, healing, archery, and disease. Apollo is known for his lyra instrument. Apollo was known as a god who sometimes healed diseases and sometimes was feared for widespread diseases. When people encountered an epidemic, they thought it was Apollo's punishment. Artemis. Artemis is the daughter of Zeus and Leto and the twin sister of Apollo. She is known as the goddess of hunting, nature, wild animals, birth, and the moon. Artemis is an independent and free goddess. According to a rumor, her mother Leto gave birth to Artemis on the island of Delos. According to the rumor, she helped her mother to make the birth easier. Hera. Hera is the daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Hera is the god of marriage, family, and fertility. She is Zeus's sister and eldest wife. Although Hera is known as the god of family, her relationship with Zeus is a drama. Hera was enraged by Zeus's philandering and often tried to harm the women and children Zeus was with. For example, Zeus set a trap for Alcmene and tried to have Hercules, who was born after being with her, strangled by snakes as soon as he was born. However, Hercules survived by strangling the snakes as a baby. Failing to kill Hercules, Hera gave him 12 very difficult tasks and tried to destroy him. In another incident, Hera's best friend Callisto immediately turned Callisto into a bear because Zeus was also in love with Callisto. Although Hera is known as a punisher, Zeus actually caused this situation. Although she cannot protect her own family order, she is sensitive to the family and social order of people. Hermes. Hermes is the son of Zeus and Maia. Hermes, the messenger god, is known for trade, theft, travel, diplomacy, and archery. He is a trusted god of news, tasked with sending Zeus's orders and news to the gods and humans. Hermes hunts rabbits soon after his childhood. His first job was to steal Apollo's cows. Hermes' most important weapon is his invisibility helmet. This helmet makes him invisible no matter who wears it. Cyclopses made this helmet for Hermes. Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the son of Zeus and Hera. Hephaestus is lame because when he was born, Hera thought he was ugly and threw him down from Olympus. Hephaestus is the god of fire, blacksmithing, metalwork, and craftsmanship. Hephaestus is a blacksmith on Mount Olympus, and the Cyclops work for him. Hephaestus is married to Aphrodite. One day, Hephaestus catches Ares and Aphrodite in their bed, and this upsets him very much. Hephaestus is a very talented god. Hephaestus made Pandora's box. He also helps Heracles in the 12 tasks Hera gives Heracles. Ares. Ares is the god of war, bloodshed, violence, and mayhem. He is the child of Zeus and Hera and represents the turmoil between lovers. Ares confronted Heracles in 12 missions and they fought. Ares was defeated in every battle. Hestia. Hestia is the goddess of family, home, and fire. Hestia is responsible for keeping the family together. Write in the comments how many Medusa are hidden in the video. So, which is your favorite mythological god? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe for more such videos. The Matrix Paradox. The Matrix Paradox questions the connection between the world we live in and the real world. After a war between humans and machines, the humans think that by destroying the sun's energy, the machines will destroy their energy source. With their energy source destroyed, the machines discover that humans are a source of energy and create pods for humans to live in. These pods use humans as energy and offer them a virtual world. Machines turn humans, whose biological lifespan has come to an end, into nutrients and feed them to newborn humans. An endless cycle continues. Truman Paradox. Truman Paradox. It is the paradox in which a person lives in reality and illusion from the moment they are born. We are given information that there are 8 billion people in the world, that it is healthy for people to sleep 8 hours, that there is 24 grams of protein in 100 grams of chicken. How sure are we of this? The Truman Paradox is the question of this illusion. Fire Paradox. Fire Paradox. How can a person we have never seen in our lives enter our dreams? The Fire Paradox tells us that this is a legacy from a previous life. Bilker's Paradox. Imagine that a person travels through time. He wants to change events that he didn't want to happen in his living time, but a mistake he makes could cause him not to be born in the future. Democracy Paradox. Democracy Paradox. Changing elections in the past can change the complexities of the future, leading to democratic inconsistency. God Paradox. God Paradox. Can an omnipotent God create a stone too heavy for him to lift? God Paradox 2. God Paradox. If God is immortal, can he kill himself? If he can, he's not immortal. If he can't, he's not powerful enough. God Paradox 3. God Paradox. According to the belief in one God, God is the only and most powerful God. But can God create a God more powerful than himself? If he does, he cannot be the one and most powerful God. If not, God is not powerful. Opposite Day Paradox. Opposite Day Paradox. Today, everything is the opposite. Buridan's donkey. Buridan has a donkey and gives his donk 2 feeds at the same distance and amount. The donk is between the 2 feeds and cannot choose. Buridan thinks that after some time the donk will die of hunger. Oxygen Paradox. The Oxygen Paradox. Human being is an immortal being and it is the oxygen that kills it. Solite's Paradox. If we remove grains of sand one by one from a pile of sand, after how many grains of sand does it cease to be a pile of sand? Pinocchio Paradox. Pinocchio Paradox. Pinocchio, whose nose grows when he tells a lie. Now he says that his nose will grow. If his nose grows, he is telling the truth, but it should not grow. If his nose does not grow, he is lying and his nose needs to grow. Hamlet Paradox. The Hamlet Paradox. You traveled through time and took the book of Hamlet with you. You gave it to Shakespeare. Back in the present day, who wrote Hamlet? Fermi Paradox. Fermi Paradox. If there are life like us in the Milky Way galaxy, why can't we find their signals and traces? Nectia Paradox. Necti Paradox. 2 men are given 2 different ties. They are asked which of these ties is more valuable. They are asked to sell them to each other. Each side argues that the tie given to him is more valuable. Neither man can make a profit from this exchange at the same time. Barbershop Paradox. The Barbershop Paradox. A barber shaves all the men in the town who don't shave himself, but not all the men who shave himself. What if the barber shaves himself? Then, by rule, he should shave all the men who shave himself. The Catch-22 Paradox. The catch-22 paradox is the paradox in which you will be in a difficult situation in both options. If you are on a dangerous mission and you say that you are insane in order to save your life, you will continue the mission because someone with sufficient mental health cannot say that. If you say that you are healthy and you can do the mission, you will still continue the mission. Epimenides' paradox. The paradox of Epimenides as a result of an event proclaims that all Cretans are liars. If what he says is true, then Epimenides is a Cretan and a liar. If this statement is false, then all Cretans are not liars. But if Epimenides is telling the truth at the time, then Epimenides is a liar. Ship of Theseus. Ship of Theseus, the Athenian hero. Theseus thinks that the ship he uses is so old it needs repair. He begins to repair the ship, replacing every rotten board one by one. Over time, all the parts on the ship have been replaced. This is where the paradox begins. With all the original parts replaced, is it still Theseus's ship, or has he built a brand new ship? Liar paradox. Liar paradox. This sentence is false. If the sentence is true, it is both true and false because it is stated to be false. This is a contradiction. If the given sentence is true, the sentence will be contradictory again because the statement is false. Grandfather paradox. Grandfather paradox. A person time travels to the past and eliminates his grandfather. Since his grandfather is gone, his father will never be born. So how can his grandson, who was never born, destroy his grandfather? Dichotomy paradox. Dichotomy paradox. For an object to go from point A to point B, it must first go half of the way. Then it must go half of the remaining half of the way. If it goes half of the way each time, it will never reach point B, because every distance has a half. Achilles paradox. Achilles paradox. Achilles. The runner competes with the turtle on a track. When Achilles catches up with the tortoise is always some distance ahead of him. Achilles is fast but lags behind the turtle every lap. Achilles can never overtake the turtle. Court paradox. Court paradox. One day, a law student says to his teacher, "I'll pay you when I win a case." But the law student never wins a case, so he can't pay. The teacher sues the student. If the teacher wins the case, the student doesn't pay because he didn't win the case. If the student wins the case, the court decides that he doesn't have to pay. Monty Hall paradox. Monty Hall paradox. A man enters a contest. The rules are simple. There are 3 boxes. One has a grand prize and the other 2 are empty. Before the contest starts, the man chooses his box and there are 2 boxes left. The boss opens the empty box. Do you think the contestant should change the box? Since there are 3 boxes at the beginning of the contest, the probability of the contestant choosing the correct box is 33%. But after opening one box, there are 2 boxes, and now the probabilities are 50%. So the contestant should change the box. Unexpected exam paradox. A teacher tells his students that he will give you an exam on an unexpected day during the week. The students gather together and try to guess the day of the exam. If the exam is not held on Thursday, it will definitely be held on Friday. But it cannot on Friday because Friday will be an expected day. If the exam is not held on Thursday, it will definitely be held on Wednesday. But this will be an expected time. When all days of the week are considered in the same way, the exam can never be held. Arrow paradox. Arrow paradox. Imagine that you take a bow and arrow and shoot the arrow up into the air. The arrow will move up into the sky within seconds. Time moves forward as the arrow moves upward. But if we imagine that the arrow is fixed in a certain place at a certain time, the arrow does not move. So there is no such concept as motion. There is only time. Lottery paradox. Lottery paradox. Suppose there is a lottery with 1 million tickets. There are 1 million people who buy one of these tickets, and nobody thinks that ticket has the big prize because the probability is very low. But one ticket is sure to win. Subscribe for more